Yo, what's going on guys, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, going to be giving you guys a complete guide for the brand new duels challenge, which is coming into the game literally tomorrow. So going to be giving you guys the best tips, compositions and whatever else you need. So before we jump into it, make sure you're using the create code, that'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's hop into the best compositions now. Okay guys, to start off with set number 1, we have the map No Surrender. It was out on ladder yesterday, so you have the chance to play a couple of the duels maps before the challenge is actually out. So yeah, No Surrender, you would have seen the best brawlers to use right there. So as you can see, it's a long range map. Those long range brawlers are really going to thrive. So the number 1 pick for me, you absolutely have to pick on this map. It has to be Piper. Piper is clearly the best choice on this map, especially with her gadget. A lot of the times you can easily just tap up the opponent, finish him off with a gadget. You can even gadget first play to get some pressure. It's just such a broken gadget on such an open map. So make sure you're abusing Piper on this map because she is so strong. And then the likes of Nanny as well can be really strong once you get the Nanny peep. Belk, of course, can be really strong with just her long range. Same with Byron. Jean is a really underrated pick on this map because you've got some long range. And although you're not really doing like a lot of damage from a distance, you're just going to keep them weak. And as long as you can pressure them into the corner, which for me is one of the best things about duels, is pressuring people into the corner, getting the map position, and then you're going to be winning the game for the majority of the part. So that is why Jean is so strong. So going into some other options as well, we have the likes of Spike. So Spike going to be hit a little bit with the recent nerf, but his gadget's still going to be really strong, and he's just particularly good against pretty much everything. That's why Spike can be somewhat reliable, because he can be good against those people that just like to go Edgar, Buzz, etc, those really aggro brawlers he can be good against. And then also, like, not everyone knows how to dodge curveballs, so he's going to be really good on those long range maps for the most part when it comes to these challenges. So he's going to be a good pick just to have. You've got the likes of Eve as well. The reason why Eve isn't at the start, although she's like the best brawler in the game, is just because in a 1v1 scenario she's decent, but she gets the majority of the value in the 3v3 modes because you can keep cycling your supers really easily. But she does have a broken star power, so once you get that last egg onto an opponent, it's going to be really broken in a 1v1. And then you've got the likes of Leon. Of course, Leon going to be insane when it comes to 1v1s because of his gadget. His super is just going to cause instant pressure. Again, all about pressure. So Leon being invisible, it's going to force the opponent straight away back into the corner. But that's going to be set number 1. Let's hop into set number 2. Okay, so now moving on to set number 2, we have Shrouding Serpent. This map is in a rotation for ladder right now, so you guys can practice it. But for the most part, you're going to see the gameplay of this map just because, again, the challenge got moved forward. So yeah, we didn't have much time to really plan things. But anyways, in terms of the brawlers, so we have Crow as the number 1 pick on this map. He's absolutely broken when it comes down to this map. His shot can scout the whole bush, which is the best thing about him. But not only that, you've got the slows, so if any of those Rosas, which pretty much everyone goes Rosa on this map, you can instantly slow her down. Although he doesn't do the most damage, you should just be able to keep your distance, especially if you're using the speed gear. Again, all of these brawlers should be having the speed gear just because of this middle grass. It's just so incredibly broken having that speed gear. And then next up, in terms of the kind of brawler you want to go, it has to be Gale for me. So Gale going to be incredibly strong when it comes down to this map. Again, another brawler which pretty much scouts the entire grass with his main attack, so those brawlers can't really sneak up close to you because of his main attack being so good. And then you've got his super with a star power that enables you to stun against walls, can be really strong, especially against those aggro brawlers. And again, if you're worrying about those aggro brawlers like Rosa, like Fang, like Edgar example, all these brawlers, a lot of the noobs go. So you want to be using Gale because he can be so strong with that gadget as well, just being able to counter him. And of course, Tara going to be absolutely insane on this map. Pretty much everyone uses Tara as a last pick, and then normally they have like a Stu second pick or first pick. So if you want to go for the cheesy strategy, you could easily go like a Stu first or second pick, get that Tara last pick. You should be able to get that super by the end, and then Tara should be able to win most matchups as long as you've got her gadgets and her supers. So of course you've got other brawlers as well. Rose are going to be really good with the slowing gadget. She can pretty much latch onto every single brawler inside of the game, so that's why that gadget is so strong. Spike can be pretty decent, especially at scouting. Eve can be an alright pick because she's got a good gadget that allows you to escape if she has any danger. Leon, of course, can be pretty alright, but I would say the first 5 brawlers are the brawlers that you want to be switching between just because of how broken they are when it comes down to this map. So that's going to be set number 2. Let's hop into set number 3. Alright guys, jumping into set number 3, we have Monkey Maze. So as I said before, haven't got the gameplay of the map on the screen unfortunately, but you can see by the brawlers on the screen and the map that I've already shown, you can see these are the best brawlers for for Monkey Maze. So with Monkey Maze, you can see there's a lot of walls in the middle. So a lot of the time in duels, when it comes down to the high trophies, a lot of people just camp behind the walls, wait for their supers, try and feed the supers for the late game. So that's why brawlers like Stu are just so good, either a first or second pick, because you can of course charge that super with one shot. So that's why he's so strong. He's going to be really good with that gadget as well. So that's why I put Surge as a second pick, because a lot of people will be picking aggro brawlers towards the beginning. So you see a lot of these picks are kind of leaning towards countering aggro brawlers for likes of Edgar. Again, you'll probably see a lot of Edgar in this challenge, likes of Buzz again, Fang. I just see these pretty much everywhere when I play on my low level account. So of course these are going to pop up in the challenge. So that's why Surge is here. He's such a good counter to those type of brawlers. And once you get that super with Stu, and then you also have his gadget, you should just be able to counter a lot of these different brawlers as long as you get his super. So again, we've got likes of Jeanette as well. She's really strong because of these walls. Her gadget just enables you to get so much pressure with her. It's just insane. So the likes of Gale going to be really strong on this map. Of course, you can get your super pretty easily. There's just so many walls which you can push brawlers onto. And again, he's got so many different defensive capabilities about him, where if you're scared of those aggro brawlers, Gale is definitely got to be in your composition. Bow can be a really good choice because, as I said earlier, with this map, it's really defensive. So just having that gadget build up your super for free enables you to just dictate the pace of the game. And especially with a brawler like Bo, who's actually a really strong brawler on his own now, he can actually hold his own. So again, the other 5 brawlers as well. Daryl can be really strong because his super will passively charge, so you can just sit behind the walls. He's a decent assassin. As long as you're not facing off against those tank counters, he's going to be able to deal with most brawlers in a 1v1 scenario. Okay, so jumping into set number 4, we have a Duelist's Destiny. So you can see by the map on the screen, it's a pretty long range maps, but with a few walls in the middle. So again, those walls in the middle going to be really key when it comes down to duels. You want the positioning on the maps. You want brawlers that are able to hold their own. So again, the number 1 brawler has to be Stu for me, just because he's good against pretty much every single matchup, and just being able to get your super for free off of one shot is just insane, especially when you pass that over to the other brawlers in the sequence. It's going to be so strong. So again, Gale going to be really strong because you can combine that with Stu. His stun star power going to be able to deal with pretty much every single brawler inside of a game. It's going to be absolutely insane. So I've gone with Jeanette again, just because of her gadget. Her gadget just creates so much pressure. You can place that behind a wall, and if they haven't got like a thrower, they can't really take down that gadget. So again, it just forces the enemy back. Although it only deals 100 damage, it can just enable you to get pressure on the map and positioning. Again, it's just so important to get that position when it comes down to duels. So next up we have Spike. So with Spike, again, just pretty much good against everything. The curveball, being able to hit the opponents around the wall, is going to be the most important factor as to why you're picking him. Again, Bo, it can be a really slow game mode sometimes. Bo's pretty much good against everything, and his mines can help open up some walls, so he can be of course really strong on this one. Gene, I really like when it comes down to duels, just because of his super. Once you charge up your super, for the most part, if you get your bearings right and the distance for the pull, you should be able to kill most people with that pull, or at least make them weak. And especially if you're chasing an enemy down, and if you know they're in like 2-shot range, so like below 3000 HP, you should just be able to pull them and get the kill. So that's why I love Gene a lot. Just good against pretty much everything. Eve, again, going to be so strong. Leon can be really strong because he can pop that gadget down in the middle, and they just don't know where you are. You can just get instant pressure with it. Squeak can be pretty good because, again, you've got the gadget being able to block off a certain path, and just his shots alone can always lead to getting you position on the map. And then again, Daryl, that assassin brawler, so good in a 1v1. Okay, and lastly for this challenge, we have set number 5. We have Danger Chamber. So as you see on the screen, it's a really awkward map. So you've obviously got the chamber in the middle, and then you've got kind of where you can hide in the grass down the left and down the right. So with this map, again, you've got the same 2 brawlers that are just going to dominate in duels. So I've got Stu and Gale as the best brawlers for this game mode. So again, Stu is going to be able to just pounce on enemies with all these walls. It's going to really favor him, especially with that gadget. And again, you can just get your super free, give it to Gale, and he's going to counter all of these aggro brawlers, which I know for sure you'll be seeing all the time. So I'll say it again and again, this duo is just going to be so strong on duels. Leon going to be insane on this map. Again, you can just pop that lollipop drop behind the wall straight away, and it just enables you to get your super a lot easier. Spike, of course, can be really strong. Ems can be insanely strong on this map in particular because you can get position of the walls in the middle. With your super, you're able to win a lot of 1v1s, and with the knockback as well, you can guarantee yourself quite a few kills. So Gene, again, going to be pretty strong. Eve going to be pretty strong. Roofs can be strong on this map in particular because of the walls and being able to break open the walls with his super as well. His gadget's also going to be really good at countering brawlers like Stu, which you might see a lot of as well. Squeak and Daryl are kind of same with those guys. You can just get immediate pressure with them, which is pretty OP. Alright guys, it's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Make sure you're liking the video if you enjoyed this. It took me quite a long time to draw up the graphics, so I really appreciate you guys' support on this one. But as you can see, for the most part on duels, the same kind of brawlers are going to be the most dominating ones on pretty much every single map. I don't absolutely sweat this game mode, but I have played it quite a lot, and for the most part, these are the type of meta brawlers that I see time and time again. This stew cheese strategy is just such a popular choice. Make sure to abuse it in this challenge. So that's going to be it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.